Howdy everyone, my name is Joseph here with Contender Bicycles for our 3-month ride review on the new Shimano XTR Di2. XTR was released as a full top-to-bottom update of their mountain bike lineup. I've been riding their drivetrain without the cranks, their brakes, and their pedals. I've yet to check out their wheels, but if it's anything like the rest of their drivetrain, it'll be fantastic. This is their flagship, top-of-the-line product. This is what they give to their World Cup racers, and recently it was ridden to the XCO World Championship by Alan Hatherley. The main update to the drivetrain is the electronic shifting. They also improved the cassette's durability and updated both the pedals and wheels with it. On the brakes, however, they did a full top-to-bottom redesign using new mineral oil, new lever profile, and just overall a completely reworked system. They have completely redesigned the derailleur. This is fully electronic, obviously, and they have changed the clutch system to a spring tension system, meaning a spring is going to hold tension to that rear derailleur cage. Another part of the rear derailleur cage that they changed is they've added a solid pulley system in the derailleur itself. This is to prevent debris such as sticks and like dirt getting caught and stuck in it, and this also makes the pulley wheels cheap and easy to replace. The one thing I do miss from the mechanical group set is the index finger shifter. They have improved the ergonomics of this shifter by allowing you to rotate the thumb paddles, but you're no longer able to shift with your index finger, which I did use a lot on the old XTR system. One great thing about this group set is its compatibility. All Shimano 12-speed mountain systems are compatible with this. If you want to use an SLX or an XT or a previous generation cassette on this, you're completely able to. Same with the chain, same with the chainring, same with the cranks. That is one big thing because most of the time bike brand comes out with a new group set. You have to replace everything. This you can do piece by piece, one at a time. If you just replaced a cassette, you can get a new derailleur with no shifting issues. One thing that really stands out to me is its battery storage. Shimano put the battery inside the parallelogram to add some stiffness and robustness to the derailleur. And then another note that they've added is a crash recovery software. When you hit a rock with your derailleur, it'll swing in and then shift back out. Something that I thought I've never used, but judging by the scuff on my rear derailleur, I have used it before and didn't even notice. This will keep the drivetrain running smoothly and still shifting well, preventing a lot of that gnarly damage that you get from hitting rocks or crashing on the bike. Now let's move on to brakes. The brakes I've been using are a brand new brake design by Shimano. They have their Enduro 9220 levers paired to their XC 2-piston 9200 caliper. This is a direct rebuff to SRAM, who has been putting lightweight levers with a 4-piston caliper. According to Shimano, you have more weight savings by going to a heavier lever and a lighter caliper than if you were to do the opposite, use like their cross-country lever with a 4-piston caliper. This lever design has also added a bigger master cylinder, which physically pushes more fluid. The fluid has also been completely redesigned. It is now a low viscosity mineral oil, which unfortunately is the one thing of this group set that is not cross-compatible. If you have the old brakes, you cannot use this new low viscosity mineral oil. The mineral oil was designed to stop the wandering bite point that a lot of Shimano brakes get and give you a more consistent bite feel. So every time you pull the brake, it bites at the same point. Personally, this is my favorite part of the group set. I love these brakes. I never want to ride anything different. My riding style really lends itself to powerful bitey brakes, either on or off. I don't necessarily like feathering brakes, and these brakes are perfect for that. The levers are super easily adjustable. They have the same bite point adjustment and the lever reach adjustment, making it so you can really tune your brakes to you personally. I have them dialed in a bit because I like them biting a little bit closer to the bar than others. Right now, I'm running a 32-tooth alu gear chainring with a 10-51 XTR cassette. That's actually a great thing about Shimano, is you can kind of run any HG compatible chainring. You don't always have to run the Shimano branded chainrings. For testing, and I mean testing by general riding, I've been riding this all throughout Park City, Salt Lake, on everything from like sort of your long sustained climbs to really steep punches to super steep skidder downhill trails and some flow trails. I've really tried to put the group set through the paces. This drivetrain definitely performs well. Like SRAM transmission really works well under load. even when you're sprinting, you can really mash the shifter and get those crisp gear changes. When you're riding at a high power, you are gonna get those loud gear changes, and that's just kind of more forces going through the group set. It does shift best when you slightly lay off the pedals to shift, but you really don't need to, which is good. For your race days, especially like a short track race day where you might be out of the saddle sprinting, there is no hesitation on the gear jumps, which is perfect for honestly all racing, pretty much all riding, because everyone has to shift under load when you're riding up a steep climb. Setup on this was really quite easy. If you have set up a normal Di2 road system, the micro adjust is just as intuitive and getting it installed is quick. I had the mechanical on there and it's just rip off the shifter, put on the electronic one, put on the electronic derailleur, and you're basically good to ride. One thing to note, the battery right now is completely unique to this drivetrain. It's not like SRAM where one battery does pretty much everything. This battery is gonna be a little bit harder to find than a SRAM Axis battery along with that charger, but if you have them, if you have a spare, it works great and it's always easy to load and unload. The XTR drivetrain is definitely a racer's drivetrain. If you're not looking to save every gram, or you just want a drivetrain that's gonna be reliable day in, day out for the next 5-7 years, definitely maybe look at the XT Di2 or even some of the SLX products, which are now also available in electronic as well. For that sort of, I always want it to work, I don't want to charge a battery, mechanical is still gonna be your best friend, and Shimano is still gonna support mechanical. One thing you've probably noticed, this still has a derailleur hanger. Unlike SRAM, Shimano is committed to keeping a derailleur hanger on the bike. Their logic is, if you're gonna break something, it might as well be the $30 part instead of the expensive derailleur. This does mean that you do have to align a derailleur. There is a little bit more like slight tweaking to be done. SRAM transmission is definitely one of those. You kind of just install it and ride, which is nice, but this drivetrain is still super easy to work on. It just does have a couple more added pieces that can bend and break. Again, it's way better to break your $30 universal derailleur hanger than have to break your derailleur itself. The other group of people that will really like this are people who like to do their own maintenance as well. This is, once you learn it, it's obviously a different learning curve because it is electronic, but if you like adjusting it at home and being able to like tweak it day of the race to get a little bit better shifting, this is perfect for you. Overall, I've been super impressed with my drivetrain. A battery will last around 25 to 30 ride hours, which is very, very similar to what a SRAM battery will last for. There's not gonna be any battery life advantages going to either one of these group sets. This drivetrain really feels similar to the mechanical. So if you really like the shifting of mechanical XTR, just want sort of the latest and greatest, the cool, the lighter weight product, this is the perfect drivetrain to go with. It's super familiar. It's not like you're revolutionizing the drivetrain. Everything that they improved was more of an improvement rather than a complete overhaul. If you have any questions about XTR Di2 or anything else, stop by, give us a call, or visit us online at contenderbicycles.com. Thanks for watching.